I remember back in 8th grade, whenever I would hear the notification sound from my tablet, my heart would literally stop because I knew it was from the girl I liked. We were always texting back and forth throughout the day, and I remember one time she invited me to sit with her at lunch, to eat with her, and I was so excited. Imagine that the girl that you've been obsessing over, you've been thinking about, you've been dreaming about, wants to talk to you, wants to get to know you better. And I get there and we sit down, and she just starts asking me questions. She wants to know more about me, what I do and stuff like that, and I just can barely communicate with her. I remember my voice is low, I'm mumbling. I can barely look her in the eye. I'm looking down because I'm not confident at all. And I just completely blow any chances that I had with this girl. It just left me feeling so ashamed and sad. Like, why am I like this? Why are my communication skills so bad? It made me miss out. So I had to figure out how I could actually improve my social skills so I could have good relationships in my life. And I remember going online and just watching a bunch of videos, 7 ways to talk better, 3 body language tips, how to make eye contact. All of these videos, I kept watching them and I kept consuming, and nothing changed. I still sucked at talking to people. I was still scared to talk to people, and I made pretty much no progress. Until one day, I found the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And like in the first chapter, it pretty much says, you can't just read this book through and through and be good at social skills. You have to actually read one chapter, go out there and apply the knowledge, and then come back and then read the next chapter and so forth, and then come back to the book and then reread the book and try the techniques again. And pretty much put it into action. I didn't really consider that at the time, and that's why I had made no progress. So I took the book and I pretty much just went into my school and just started practicing. The first thing I did was the technique to smile at people. So I would go in the hallway, and as I was going from class to class, I would just look people in the eyes. You know, some people just never looked. Honestly, they just looked like straightforward. You know, some people, we made eye contact and I broke away because I was like nervous and stuff, right? But as I got more confident, I just started making eye contact with people casually, and then I started smiling, and then I just started saying hello to people. And I remember that the people that I would say hello to, every time they would see me, they would start to smile first. They would be happy to see me. And from there, you know, I could just strike up conversation with people because I had seen them a little bit, so I've built up some rapport with them. So I would just get their names and stuff like that and get into conversations. And I was finally starting to make some progress. And I'll be honest, a lot of this stage when I was still, you know, starting out to talk to people, I remember it was really nerve-wracking. It was very scary a lot of the times. There was this one time, there was this girl in the gym and I wanted to get her number, and it took me like a few weeks to actually hype myself up to go and talk to her. And when I asked for a number, I was literally shaking. Like my body was like it was like involuntarily. Imagine like someone's like asking you out and they're literally like physically just shaking. Like she could tell that I was like so nervous, and that was terrible, bro. You know, after I had gotten that experience, after I finally built up the courage to ask her out, or get her number, I felt better about it. You know, it was super scary in the moment, but after, I just felt relieved to get it off my chest. Obviously, you know, I got rejected, but it didn't even matter because I was working on improving my social skills and getting that the experience that I needed, that I was afraid to get. Now, when I went to college, this was when I was really able to take my social skills to the next level. Because in high school, there was only about 300 kids, and I was pretty much seeing the same people every single day. But in college, there's about 20,000 people in my school. So I was meeting like so many new people every single day, and I pretty much made it like one of my main focuses to just meet a ton of people. I remember I made a video on this channel just documenting, like I literally counted how many people I talked to that day, like 57 people. I was just getting as much practice as possible, and it worked, man. I just got so much better with people, and people started to tell me that I was one of the most social people they've met, one of the most charismatic people they've met. And upon hearing that shocked me so much, because I still remember being the loser. I still remember being shy and nervous. So when someone's telling me that I'm, you know, I'm the most social guy they ever met, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But, you know, it was true. And I was just able to get to that point just from consistent and intentional practice and overcoming my fears. And there was this one day when I was in the dining hall and I was sitting alone, and this girl sits diagonal from me. And we make eye contact, and I smile and she smiles, and then we get up to grab our food or whatever, because we're just sitting down. And then I realized, like, all right, let me just talk to her, right? So I noticed something about she was eating like salad or something. I was like, oh, like you're eating pretty healthy. I don't really see that often. And we got into this whole conversation. It was going really well. She was doing like a lot of good habits and things like that, so it was nice to meet someone like that. And then as I was getting ready to leave, I was like, all right, this is the part where I should, try to get her contact information. But I was like too scared to ask, right? But then she asked me for my Snapchat, and I was like, yo, let's go, bro. I left that experience just feeling so good, because, just a few like years ago, I still remember being that shy kid in that situation where the girl just sat across from me. I wouldn't have talked to her. I wouldn't even have looked her in the eye. I would just kept thinking in my head, I should talk to her, I should talk to her, I should talk to her. But because I was able to go through that period of practicing and facing my fears, I was able to get that experience and get her contact information. So really, the secret to improving social skills is honestly to go out there and practice. Just get into as many conversations as you can. And if you're on summer break or winter break, you're pretty much at home just playing video games, right? So you're gonna have to go outside, go for a walk, and just try to talk to people in your neighborhood. But if you're in school, you can just talk to people in the class or on your way to class. Just start where you are right now. Just start getting a little bit more interactions in each time, and you're gonna watch yourself get better and better. It'll almost happen like automatically. Like you'll talk to someone one day, and the next day you'll talk to someone else, and you'll just be a little bit better. These dreams that we've had of having a good social circle, of actually feeling connected, not being around people who don't really like us and actually bully us. It's possible to have good friends. To get them, you just have to improve your social skills, and that will take time and it will be scary, but you can do it. Just start where you are. Good luck.